Hello YouTube, I'm PCJ Law and welcome back to the fifth and final part of our Deity tourism attempt as Brazil. Where we left off, we just discovered that Greece was we're unfortunately falling in terms of influence over Greece somehow. I don't quite know how that's happened. We're only about 7k behind, but we're falling behind Greece. Maybe that's because they won the World's Fair, I'm not entirely sure. Culture all the way up to over 1,582. And we're 22 turns away from Russia. Whereas we're already influential over Denmark, we're influential over the Netherlands, and we have just one turn left over Portugal. Now, Greece is problematic because, I mean, if they've really got that much tourism, we're going to have to kill them. And that feels to me like it means atomic bombs. We don't have stealth, we don't have XCOM, we're at combined arms. We need to go to computers, and then apparently we actually put some turns into rocketry. So we go to rocketry and then to stealth bombers. And I guess that'll be how we kill someone if we need to kill someone. If we want to nuke Greece, how far away are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're 13 tiles away, so we need the missiles, not the bombs. Do we have missiles yet? No, we don't even have advanced ballistics. Okay, well, we've got enough to purchase a musician. We can do that now. We've got 4 turns until our next properly generated musician. So these musicians we'll use for the tourism bomb on Russia. Currently they're worth 2,834, but we'll actually need open borders with Russia to be able to successfully do this. And right now Russia doesn't seem to want to give us open borders. I mean, we could even try offering them, I don't know, like all of our gold per turn for open borders, like 149 open borders. I mean, this matters at this point because those open borders will really make the difference. What else is going on? They're at war with the Greece and the Netherlands. Perhaps we can send them to war with someone else as well. See if that will convince them to do anything differently. They want our own... They don't want open borders here. Okay. What do they want? She wants for nothing, so it looks like she just wants like 14 gold per turn. We can see she wants for nothing because there's nothing up here on the EUI screen. Maybe we can get away with it for like 18 GPT. 19. 20. What will make it work? She actually wants a bunch of resources, apparently. I guess it's because she's denounced us that we don't get told what she wants. It's safe to assume that she doesn't want iron and horses, probably coal and oil. And then 20 gold per turn. 25. Okay, 25 gold per turn. That's the war with Denmark. Can we do it with Portugal as well? We actually can get a war with Portugal as well. Another, like... oil she would want this time again, and then another like 20 gold per turn. Then that's war with Portugal as well. So now we've got Russia at war with literally the entire world. Next we need to sort out our cities, make sure they're optimal, and in here we have 2 stock exchange slots to work. We'll take away this food because we don't intend to grow anymore, and that's a -1 starve. I kind of like to do this as well, but that's like a -3 starve, which is 27 turns, which might be too many. We still do have a hospital, though. Apparently, we need -0.1 production to finish it in time. So if we do that, we can do a -6 star for 1 turn and then get the food back from the hospital. Take this worker. I guess we build bombers and nukes for Greece afterwards. We need to kill him. I mean, we don't have missiles, so I guess we'll just have to use regular bombs. By like 3. Why not? Culture victory in reach, only 2 to go. So we now have Denmark, Portugal, and the Netherlands. 20 turns on Russia, 10 turns on Greece. Okay, maybe bring this Prasenia over. I've been informed that it's pronounced Prasenia. No, Prasenia, I think. Oh, we've got a merchant here too. Okay. So just in case you've all been listening to me pronounce it wrong, I think that's the right pronunciation there. We have our new musician that we can send over. We need to be careful around Russia because... And they still won't... Can we do this for like 92 gold per turn? 3 now. Okay. At war with Russia and Portugal, that seems okay. Greece has got plenty of units near us now. We could do with them just killing the Netherlands. Hopefully these nukes will put them off. We've got like 3, and we should buy bomb shelters just in case we ourselves get nuked. Let's do that and spend some gold. He wants to buy the citrus. I mean, will you not do open borders? It's a defensive pact. Not even for 89 gold per turn. Come on. Yeah, it hurts when the culture sieve is not your friend. Guess we can sell this to Portugal. No. Greece is afraid of us now because we bought the nukes. Russia could be afraid with it. Is Russia afraid of us as well? No. Should we buy more nukes to make Russia more afraid? Get like another one. And then if we need to kill Greece, we should build bombers. Oh, man, I forgot about this. Oh, so Greece is actually now... We're actually now rising over Greece. Okay. I don't know where that went. Like, we've got all of the allies, the culture allies, so that can't be it. Maybe they're in a golden age of the World's Fair and that's gone, which means that we can now be influential over them or something. I don't really know how that worked. Yeah, we've got a -1 starve here now. We should actually just convert to building bombers if we're serious about killing Greece. Bazooka bomber. Yeah, like that. Something like that. And then maybe finish the CN Tower at some point. There is a policy that we've got somewhere that gives us tourism from World Wonder culture. So the CN Tower does have a little bit of culture on it, I believe. Yeah, 3, which means we would get tourism from that. I guess we don't have to worry about Greece now, though. 9 turns. Ah, Chairman Maria I of Portugal. Our people are now buying your blue jeans and listening to your pop music. I worry the rest of the world will also succumb to the influence of your culture. There we go. What have we exported to Portugal? I don't know whether Brazil normally exports. It is clear to all that you are a wise and mighty ruler. I ask that you might also be compassionate towards those like myself who are weak. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you for finally admitting that to us. It's a shame we can't, like, tribute Cahokia with all of these nukes on their border. I guess we are 4th army. Oh, William was plotting against Maria. Okay. Well, what's going on here now? Let's check Russia again. 18 turns, 9 turns. What's this difference? 18,000 versus 29,000. So we're like 11,000 off right now. 11,400. What do we actually have available to us? Next musician in 1 turn. So we got like 5,000 here and 2,800 here. So that's about 7,800. But we don't get... I mean, we need open borders with Russia to get the full amount. And she still won't do that. And we're being denounced for another... How many turns? We've been denounced for another 16 turns. Which means, I guess, all of her anger is coming from the denunciation. Nice. Stack of gold for us. If all of the anger is coming from the denunciation, like I assume it is, then that means that we'll get some more bombers here. We'll like a stack of these things. Although we don't need to kill Greece anymore, but you never know when you're actually going to need to kill someone on a tourism attempt. If Russia goes and gets the Great Firewall before us, which is still here, we may actually need to do some offensive action on Russia to stop it. Maybe. Any trade route plundered. Do we still have a trade route with Russia? Yes, we have the trade route. So we don't have open borders and we don't have shared religion. We're never going to share a religion. That's Eastern Orthodoxy. We appear to have this. Protestantism. Temple Happiness. Here's our musician. We need to get that over here. We're positioning all of these musicians right outside Khabarovsk right now. So that we can, if we want to declare, because to get the musicians in, we'll either need to have open borders or we can declare war so that we have access to Russia's tiles. If we have to declare war, we'll need our musicians to be right next to Russia and able to walk onto flatland tiles or non-terrain tiles so that we can move in with our first movement and then use our concert tour with the second piece of movement. But we have to be careful if we do it like that because, and I've done this before, if you are at war with a civ, we don't get this maximum value. We'll lose all of the modifiers that we've got on here And somehow that seems to have an impact on the eventual tourism output that we can get from this tourism. So right now we are 10,600 away from Russia. And combined we have 5,000, 10,000, 12,834, give or take a bit. And if we declare war on Russia right now and move all of these dudes in and use the tourism bomb, we won't actually get the full 12,000. We'll get maybe, well, almost half of that. So closer to 6,000 or 7,000, which means that even though right now we see that our musicians have enough power to beat Russia with 12,000 compared to, what is it, like 10,800, once we declare war, we'll lose a bunch of modifiers and that will go down, and then we won't actually get all 10,000 in the end. We don't want sciences funding at all. Make sure we can get another musician as fast as possible if we need it. Guess we'll make some roads here, and a road. Which unit needs orders? This bomber, okay. We can't build any more bombers because we're full of air units in Sao Paulo. Let's redistribute some bombers to Rio, so that we can build more bombers there. Get a couple more in case we need them. Catherine does complete the Great Firewall. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, where does that put us now? Falling. 12k behind. Where'd she get 2k from? I swear we were ahead at some point. This is not good. We're falling. We're going to have to see what happens next turn now. Because if this is genuine falling, or not, not one of the fake fallings that we saw from Greece a little while back, this is going to be a huge problem because it's quite hard for us to kill Russia. Killing Greece is a lot easier because Greece is our neighbor. Russia is all the way over here and we don't have a way to actually get to Moscow. We're 2 turns away for the Great Firewall. Well, there's the CN Tower. There's more tourism for us. How much have we got? Okay, so we're rising. We're rising in 28 turns now. Okay, so fortunately it was one of those. We need to wait 5 turns for Greece anyway. We still can't get any modifiers. Should we check again? There's Russia. She's down to 14 cities, so she's losing some. That's good news. Still apparently found time to build the Great Firewall, though. Open borders, please. 89 gold per turn? No? Okay. Hopefully Russia will lose a few more cities and maybe she'll lose her capital. And that will... Oh, look, we've got a tank. Nice. Maybe she'll lose her capital and that will give us a way in. We're still rising, though. 28 turns. That's a bit late. That'll be like a turn 230 Deity tourism victory. Okay. But as I said, we only need to get down to about maybe 6,000 or 7,000 with Russia to be able to tourism bomb through their remaining culture. We don't need everything. 27 turns. Okay, we're closing the gap again. Take, I guess, wagon trains. Do we need anything from the ideology? Nothing there is useful. Nothing here is useful. Guess we can keep making our way through commerce. More gold per turn. Up to 14k again, so we can do some purchasing if we decide we need it. Maybe we should... I mean, we can stay here. Apparently the Byblos Knight is currently in our way. And this cargo goes back to Sao Paulo. Moving our tank over. We can maybe use the tank to explore a bit, see what we need to handle if we have to kill Russia. I don't really know how we're going to kill Russia, though. We don't have the tech for it. The Netherlands have denounced Russia. Okay. Catherine's plotting against William. We'll share that intrigue. Will she trade with us yet? No. Maybe not even for 100 gold per turn. And citrus. Come on. Maybe if we tried to give away a city. That'd be kind of weird, but we could do it. Like, oh! The Great Barrier Reef. Hello. Never even knew we had to find those still. And they're right here. They're not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles from Sao Paulo, and we found them on turn 204. Oh dear. Finish some more roads. Get this tank in the water, see if we can explore Russian territory a bit. More bombers. We need to build some more stuff out of Rio. Apparently we let it go back to research. I really don't... If we have to kill Russia, I really don't know how we do it. But we're still rising. 32 turns now. Russia's gained more tourism. Not less. We are now within... Was that 11,000? 11,000. So we've still got like 4,000 to go. So we're going to need maybe 10 more turns before we can afford to use these musicians. When do we get another musician? 14 turns. I guess 14 turns then, and then the time it actually takes to get over here is going to be the maximum amount of time it takes for us to actually complete this culture victory attempt. Because that final musician will certainly give us enough to get through. I mean, it'll give us enough to win right now. We get any more faith? I don't really see how we can get any more faith. There are no faith city-states. We're definitely out of faith buildings to buy. So we've been punished for not having good faith in this game. We've lost Desires trade route. Okay. How are we doing? Falling with Portugal, but we're rising with Russia. We're now up to almost within 10,000. Got all of our musicians waiting. So again, we've got about 12k here. But unless we get open borders with Russia, we're not going to get the full 12k worth of value that we're looking at. And it's kind of worthless to try this every turn. It's clearly something to do with that 9-turn denunciation. So unless something happens within the next 9 turns, I guess that's as long as we have to wait, and then we can probably get open borders. Oh, we need to build another bomber in here. Then maybe we can spam paratroopers or something in case we actually have to war. There's an engineer. What can we get with it? Got a worker in Rio. I don't mind generating an engineer right now because all of our scientists were so far away. I guess it might have actually made a difference. Oh, this city got raised. But now we have Wales. So we can finally get a copy of Wales, which may or may not have been our regional luxury. In Sao Paulo, kind of cool. World leader us, for sure. Brazil, Greece looks awful close though. Let's explore with the worker. We can keep exploring with our tank as well. Russia's still guarded, unfortunately. Still won't sell open borders. I mean, we haven't got enough open borders from Greece. Back to the screen. 29 turns. We're now down to 10k, so probably another 3k to go. Or 4k, maybe. Probably want to wait until it's below 7,000 just to make sure. I mean, maybe we can calculate this thing. So we're kind of winning we're getting like a, what's that, 65% bonus right now from peaceful things that we won't get if we war Russia. And then compared to 100%, that's like, I don't know, just maybe like 40% off. So maybe we need to take off. I mean, halving this is almost about right, isn't it? One culture victory imminent, only one to go. Okay, so we've got Greece now. So we just need the 29 turns in Russia. 35.25. Okay, we're down to about 9,500. Rio grew. Guess we can work gold. We need to make another proposal. Arts funding still live. World religion Protestantism is live. Nuclear non-proliferation. World ideology freedom. I mean, everyone would get angry at us. But maybe it's the sort of thing that we need to convince Russia to flip. We can scout this. Oh, okay, there's Russian territory in there as well. How many cities? 15. She's actually added a couple since we last checked. How long for this denunciation? 7 turns. Okay. Need to spam some paratroopers now, maybe. All aircraft carriers to put these bombers on, because we can't really reach the Russian cities from here, right? It's like, yeah, it's too far. So we can spam some carriers now. Yeah, she doesn't like us anymore. Maybe that's just ruined our chances of getting open borders. Maybe that was a bad idea. Our people are now buying your blue jeans and listening to your pop music. I worry the rest of the world will also succumb to the influence of your culture. Okay, so Greece is now listening to Brazilian pop music as well and buying our blue jeans. Apparently we're not influential over them anymore, though. We're going to be in 1 turns. 31 for Russia. It's moving further away. What's going on over there? Numbers just aren't coming down, and it's not good for us at all. This tank has run out of things to look at. I mean, we really need that denunciation to end in 6 turns and to enable us to... We should probably build a couple of carriers here as well. And then in Sao Paulo, we can get some paratroopers. Like paratrooper, paratrooper, paratrooper. Wherever that's gone. No need for the seaport. Not like we're going to do any offensive naval action because we have no canal cities. Could canal here in this desert. He's afraid of us, but then we'd have to also canal out of here to actually then finally get to Russia, who's over here somewhere. Take another policy in commerce, I guess. Lasers in 7. Is that closer to stealth? Yeah, so we'll have stealth in 15 turns, I guess. We actually need to do any stealth bombering. Explore more of this land. Orenburg's a bit annoying because we can't get into there with paratroopers. Got a carrier now. So we can now reach Khabarovsk if we need to. We've just lost our tourism from the international games, I think. So where did we end up at? 36.26. We're still like 9,000 behind. It's not good. We're going to need that other... Basically, we're going to need that other musician. And or open borders with Russia. And maybe we can get that in like 4 turns. Well, that's it. 4 turns. If we can't get open borders with Russia in 4 turns, it will be last resort. Another carrier. Okay. It will be last resort, that musician that's coming in. How many? 7. So we could be done on about turn 220, turn 225 here, as long as nothing else untoward happens that we don't really know about. I guess we can bowl the writer. Do we still have a trade route here with Russia? We do, good. I saw something get pillaged. We're now within 9,000. So we've got a bonus here. Maybe Russia was golden aging and has stopped. Greece has got another weird city in there for the Great Barrier Reef, but it's never got the Great Barrier Reef. This archaeologist is kind of hanging around. Delete it, I guess, as all the borders are open by all the borders are owned by everyone. Oh wow, some interesting ice down here. But the tank, more carriers in case we need to do bomber stuff. We actually should have started building paratroopers in here now. Open borders with Greece? Apparently not. No way. There's no way to make this work, dude. You were just asking for them. We've got 12 turns worth of carnival left as well. I mean, we're already influential over Greece, so we don't need to worry about it anymore. It's just Russia. We're within 8,000 now, is it? No, 7,400 or so. No, it's 8,400 or something. 36928. Yeah, so we're about 8,500 away. Hey, we can complete commerce. +2 happiness from each luxury resource. +1 gold from trading posts. Nice, more happiness. Yeah, 11 more turns of carnival. We're running out of time fast. But fortunately, it's the musicians that matter, and we're going to spawn our musician before the end of the carnival. 3 turns to a merchant. Do we really want another? I mean, we're only really working it for science at this point. Something like that, I guess. Artist is now the next thing coming. Oh, so we'll have more carnival. That's not a problem. More carriers, and we can maybe get a couple of paratroopers here. Paratrooper. That's a Presinia. That's a paratrooper. Get a few more and just wait. What's this doing? 597. This is not good. International games must have been big for us. Check it again this turn now. 37289. Okay, so we are now within almost within range. A lot of turns to go. She's completing spaceship parts now. 4 parts. Can we buy any aluminium from Russia? I don't know where her aluminium... She's got 1. Maybe for citrus. Okay, yeah, we were able to trade for citrus. We can vote for world ideology freedom. Hope we get it through. Maybe that'll convince someone to switch ideologies for us or something. If it's Russia, that would be perfect. Land the tank again. Garrison our units. This stuff's open now. If only we were close enough. 289, 37. No, we're not close enough, period. We're going to need that other musician, I fear. Catherine's made peace with Russia. The denunciation has ended? No? Only 13 gold per turn. I don't really know where all of our gold went. But we're not being denounced anymore. World ideology freedom passes. Maybe we screwed it by proposing world ideology freedom. He definitely is not going for that. He's just... No. She's just annoyed at us. She's guarded. So all the ideology stuff. Are there any happiness problems? 46 turns. We're almost within 8k now, so maybe about 1k to go, probably. 46 turns. Russia, civil resistance, minus 28 happiness. Maybe should be convinced to switch. But I mean, look at this. Even this 30-hour Greece is minus 65. He's still got 24 happiness on the table to use. Classic AI. Right, well, we need to get these paratroopers closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, the paratroopers can only... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, these can almost reach from over there, so I guess that's where we put our paratroopers. We can't reach there, though, so we'll go here and then jump across. I guess just sleep the tank. And wait for our moment to pounce. Oh, we can even wait here. Good. And wait for our moment to pounce with these musicians. We'll get another carnival soon, and the musician is in 3 turns. Okay, so it's 3 turns, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 to walk across. It's really long. Guess we've done some good exploring with this worker now. More roads. We've been gifted a rocket artillery. 45 turns. We're now 8,000 behind. Maybe about another 1,000 to go, and I think we're probably safe. Yes, let's be friends. Really? Very well. Oh, look, what? Can we get open borders now? Now that we're friends? We've got a declaration of friendship. Still won't do the open borders, though. Not even for like 2,000 gold. Okay, come on. Sorry this has caused a divide between us. We got friends with Russia and they're not letting us. They fear our great might. Good. I would too. Bulb this artist. Still nothing for us to use our great engineer on. Deal with gold per turn with Alexander ended. Go up here and put some more roads down. We're 3rd army now. I guess maybe we're a bigger army than Russia. 605 turns? Really? Oh no, we're down to 308. Why? Not our open borders ended. Our trade route ended. When did that end? This was to... Oh, here we are, to Khabarovsk. Okay, so we're back up now. Yeah, 44 turns again. We are 8,000... Still 8,000 behind. That's going to take some catching. But we're closer. Guess we can power drop a load of stuff. Oh, we can't reach. Thought this. There we go. We can reach now. Good. And we'll just stand on our own tiles in case we need to do any war. But the military appears to have made a bit of a difference to the AI's opinion of us. Maybe next time we'll get open borders with Russia or something. Oh, nope. Here we go again. Embassies, please. We just got friends. So much for that. Russia has denounced you. Well, it looks like no open borders. Gonna need to wait for the musician then. There's our musician, the final one. How long? Like, quite a long time. I'm getting the water though. We'll need to prepare for this. So let's get some bombers onto these aircraft carriers. What we want to do is the moment the musician gets there, we want to declare war on Russia, move into their territory, and then use our great musicians to win the game. And to do that, we might have to shoot to kill some units on this tile and on this tile, because those are the flatland tiles we can move into with our one movement to go in, and then one movement after that to use our tourism bomb. So we'll get like 10 bombers on carriers right now, so that they're in range of Russia. And move them a bit closer. And then we can use all of these carriers to bomb whatever we need to bomb. And we don't really have to worry about interceptions because they don't appear to have any air units there. So the thing that we're worried about is actually we might have to bomb through one intercept, but that's okay to lose a bomber. We should be able to use the remaining like 9 or 8 bombers to kill 2 units, whatever they are. And if not, I guess we can use the nukes. We should probably put the paratroopers here as well if we're going to intend to do that, because the paratroopers could slam a unit to kill it. And let's run the rocket artillery over as well. And we've got another paratrooper here. We'll probably just work some science now. I don't think we need anything else. Open borders? Come on. Oh. Russia got my hopes up. She asked for open borders. I thought we were going to get some. Oh. Up to 15, or on 15 cities. Now Denmark lost its capital. There goes Hubble. It's not good news. We might be running out of time for... Oh! Russia got nuked. Hello. That's what we wanted to see. Birthed another merchant. I wasn't watching out for that. I was supposed to. But it looks like we're going to get the scientist anyway before we... Well, we're going to get stealth before we get the scientist. Send this to Greece, make sure we got that trade route. 39231. So we're nearly 7,000 away now. So we could do it with what we've got. But if Russia's not close to the space victory, we should wait for this musician just to be safe. Sleep all of the new bombers we just put on carriers. Then this rocket artillery. Let's finish these roads. Be able to go further. Russia's got an XCOM squad. That's more than we've got. We haven't even got stealth yet. We can upgrade 6 stealth bombers actually. We do have a bunch. 4 nukes, two normal bombers. Seems a bit worthless to try and get this open borders again, but if we do, that will solve the game quite easily. But we just got nothing to trade Russia now because our gold per turn's gone to nowhere. Ironically, we finished commerce and our gold per turn's run out. No military units around Khabarovsk yet. We are now to 3002, 3009. Oh, we're so close. If we think 7,000 is the limit, we're basically there. But this musician is so close now. This musician is so close, we might as well wait for it. We can cross the river with the rocket artillery. We gotta get in there. Oh, there's a submarine in there. Okay. But we'll wait. Yeah, this musician... Oh, no, we mean no harm. We're just gathering around your borders because we mean to declare war in 2 turns. Spread our tourism and our genes. Okay. Seems reasonable. How it's got 5 food and 7 production is beyond me. That must be the order policy. We don't have enough room here. We need to wait over here. Going to be another few turns. Unless we can go right in here. Oh, we can. There's a snow tile here. So we can use that tile for these 2 musicians right here. So next turn is the moment of truth. 16 votes for Brazil. Let's make sure Greece doesn't win the world leader proposal. Bring this worker over and just wait. Road. Bring the rocket artillery forward in case we need to shoot something. Trade to Salvador. Trade to Sao Paulo. Sleep our newly moved aircraft carriers and get some more gold. We've got 3k again. How's this look? No, we're not trying to war. You settled a city in the middle of our units, Portugal. There's no war coming. Open borders. We're now about 7,600 away. We can take another policy. Oh no, liberty. Explo. Patronage. Patronage, I guess. Make a proposal. We can propose nuclear non-proliferation, I guess. We've got nukes, no one else can have nukes, that sort of thing. Looks like all these tiles are open for Russia. So we are 7,000. What are we? We're about, yeah, so we're 7,100 away. And we've got 4,000, 5,000, 5,000, 2,800. So that's 14,000, 16,000 and a bit. So as long as we don't lose half, we should be okay. And I'm pretty sure we don't lose half. Let's go for it. Turn 222. Okay, so what's this? Yes, so this is more than half. 2,600. This is more than half because we're getting 1,800. This is more than half, 3,300. And then this is also more than half, another 3,366. And that makes us influential with a buffer of 4,000 culture, but we're still rising. Here we go. If we got it. Lost a worker. Here we go. So there we have it. We finally won a tourism victory on Deity as Brazil.
The magnificence of its monument and the power of its artists has astounded the world.
Wow.
Poets will honor you for as long as beauty brings gladness.
Charlemagne level victory. We can maybe even look at the map replay in a minute. But wow, we finally got there. We got our tourism leader screen after being very unfortunately blocked on our previous attempt by a Shoshone missionary, of all things. This time round, we have managed to get the tourism leader victory screen, and we did it without actually having to kill anything. So very lucky for us. We did it on turn 223, which is really late. We got incredibly lucky that none of the AIs actually seemed to win a science victory by now, although Russia got close, didn't they? But we had just long enough to complete our tourism victory before Russia was able to go into space. We can check the demographics. So we were crop yield 4th. That makes sense because we were stagnating for maximum gold production and science. Manufactured goods 3rd. 353 is actually a really good number for a 3-city empire. That's Statue of Liberty and railroads and just decent production. So I'm very pleased with that. GMP 350. Again, not bad. A fairly reasonable number. Land. Yeah, we had 3 cities. That is what it is. 3rd in soldiers by the end of the game. That's almost certainly all of our nukes. But we also had 5 carriers and 12 bombers and a whole host of paratroopers to back that up. And we were top in happiness, which is to be expected on a tourism attempt. Russia apparently had 0% happiness in the end. I guess the tourism was really... I don't know, maybe they would have switched to freedom if we'd waited like a couple more turns. With 0% approval, I guess they must have done. And then we had 90% literacy, showing we were top. So we weren't really in danger of losing to a science victory throughout much of the game because we had top tech. But it was certainly getting closer than I'd have liked. And turn 223 is an incredibly late time to win a deity victory on quick speed. I'm usually expecting to be below turn 210. I mean, I've lost deity games before turn 200 before on quick speed. So turn 223 is pretty late. But then I guess you play the game situation, not, you know, just some arbitrary benchmarks. We can check the graphs. Where are we? We're in Brazil with this green line. Score. I guess we were 4th in score in the end. Sure. Gold per turn. Not a lot, really. Deals, yeah, we were just sending money down the drain for everything we could. Culture per turn. We weren't even top. Ah, here we go. Look, here's what happened to Greece. They had some, like, ludicrous number for a small period. Must have been around the World's Fair. And then Russia's culture per turn was all the way down here. So we were always well ahead, because their culture was never above 500. But that does explain why we were going so slow, because once the internet bonus got wiped out and our boost over Russia was quite low, it makes sense that we weren't moving very fast. Maybe there's like a golden age in there or something for this spike. Food per turn. Yeah, I mean, we always had reasonable food. We were third for a very, very brief portion of the game, but on 3 cities, you don't expect to be particularly high. And then we tailed off towards the end of the game when we decided to stagnate for maximum gold production and science. I had good gold per turn. Our gold tanked towards the end of the game because we built so many military units. Golden Age turns. Yeah, look at this. Golden Age turns. So we were in a consistent Golden Age from 1710 AD onwards, working on maximum carnival tourism. Happiness, yeah, plenty of that for us. Yeah, there's Russia's happiness. Don't know what the excess happiness is. Improved tiles, sure. Improvement maintenance. I guess we were spending a lot of money on roads. Building all those kind of useless roads, really, in our 3 cities in here. We actually ended up with more cities than 2 AI. There's always that number of known techs. You can see us marginally. In fact, we were joint top. Wow, so we were actually at risk of losing to both Greece and Russia at the end of the game there. But we did have stealth, so we could have done something with that if we needed. Decent population. I mean, we had good 3-city population. I mean, Rio de Janeiro got to 39 pop, so we had great 3-city population. It was turn 223, though. You expect that to happen. Production per turn. You can see where we got Statue of Liberty and started stagnating in here, can't you? There's a lot there. Science here. Greece's science. Greece was having a great game. Russia's science got whacked a bit. Maybe after they got nuked as well. Total culture. Okay, we can't see a lot there. It's a shame there's no charts. There's no graphs for tourism, which would have been really interesting to look at. But I guess that's because there aren't really graphs. And we can now go to the map and see what this crazy Pangaea was. I mean, this is interesting. So we had C here, but ice locked. Ice locked C, that was us. Inland C. Then this one is not ice locked at all, unless there's not a way through there. But loads of ice locked seas, which is really interesting. So Russia spawned on their own. They weren't ice locked, but they were locked away from. We would have had to have double canaled to be able to get out to Russia's capital, and that would have hopefully shut down a lot of their culture. We can check out the map. Things seem fairly standard, just AI settling cities and then us trying our best to settle some in our area. And then just choosing to sim on our 3 cities for like the entire game for a boring 3-city sim, but that's kind of to be expected as tourism. You don't have a lot of time to do a lot as tourism, as you saw back in the early portions of this game. We really struggled to do a lot because we just always had to be building wonders. There's like wonders, national wonders, guilds, world wonders, like all science buildings, all those things that needed to be built. We didn't even build our labs till about turn 160 or 170, which is really late. Yeah, that's when Greece starts annihilating the Netherlands in there. I guess Denmark gets beat up at some point by Russia. Yeah, it does. Nearly dies, actually. That's interesting. We can wait just one more turn to go to the map, because we would have now had stealth. What's this over here? Carrier with a bomber on it. Okay. Is our unit getting killed, and we won the game? Nice. It's a shame we can't reveal the map. Satellites in 6. We'll get this scientist in 2 to reveal the map. So that we can have a look at the map before we go and inspect all of these cities the AI settled. But I'm very pleased we managed to win this one in the end. I've been so close to tourism victories for a long, long time on Deity difficulty. This is the first one I've actually truly managed without having to kill anything. Russia's really unhappy now. Can shoot with these bombers or something. Maybe try and take Khabarovsk. Apparently not. We took 48 damage on our bomber for that. If we were to take Khabarovsk, we would definitely need... well, stealth bombers, I guess. Hey, we got some. Cool. Okay. Stealth bombers, there we go. We've got some of those now. wait, and then we'll reveal the map with satellites this turn, or next turn, just so that we can see what's going. Scientist. Okay, Rock of Gibraltar was also on the map. Okay. Oh. Well, my Civ crashed. So back after reloading that Civ crash, we just started this satellite's turn, so we can bulb again. Reveal the Rock of Gibraltar, but not crash this time. Good. Have a look then. This is kind of weird. There's loads of nuclear wasteland around here where Russia and Denmark apparently had a good nuking on each other. Maybe Greece did some nuking as well, but look at this. Nuclear wasteland from Ephesus all the way to Faro and then back down to Moscow. That's kind of crazy. And Yekaterinburg, Yakutsk, Villanova de Gaia. Wow. Quite the nuclear wasteland indeed. Greece has been untouched so far, so maybe he's been doing the nuking. Makes you wonder why he's afraid of us if he too is also nuking, but hey. Kind of interesting to see. But yeah, this map was really, really weird. So we were iced in away from this back sea of Russia with no canal city available to settle. Yeah, because this is even too wide down here. So there's no canal here. So the only way to get across is to, I guess, to settle a city on the other side and then buy units if you wanted to do it. And then Russia had this almost inland sea with this 2-tile pass up here and various 1- and 2-tile passes up here. There's the Rock of Gibraltar. To make it eventually into this side of the sea. But again, they had to settle a canal to get into this ice-locked area down here, which is where Lisbon was. And then you do have to settle a canal to get through into this area of inland sea to meet some of these city-states. And that still doesn't get you to us. So we have to go canal to get into this sea and then canal to get out into this main sea. And then that gives us access to almost everybody who's coastal then. Apart from the Portuguese, this side of the Portuguese area, where we would then need to canal through Goa, or perhaps canal through Yakutsk in order to get through. That's kind of a crazy map. Aviro, really? Classic Deity settled in here. It's got a lighthouse though, or a harbour. Yeah, it's got a lighthouse and a harbour and whatever that is in there. Don't know what that building is. Kind of crazy. Braga, all on the stone down here. That's actually not a bad city as it happens. Bit of oil, bit of fish. I mean, it is terrible, but I guess the AI can make it work. Some other weird ones. Orenburg's a bit weird. Smolensk. Faro, that got captured. Luanda. Random Island. Yvora, Random Island. That's, I mean, some of this stuff is more understandable in here, these island chains. And then just stuff like this. Krasnoyarsk and Vladivostok. Struggling. This is probably the worst settle of the game. Eritrea, although I mean its kind of area is obviously bad because it's got no northern tiles, but it does actually have a river. Rhodes apparently got to pop 20 in there. Venetia, or no, Phocia, don't really know how you pronounce that. Not sure what gets the worst settle of the game. Aviro's got 2 fish. Some of these cities up here are not bad. Maybe this one, not got a lot. Or maybe one of these perhaps, but there's actually some rivers and stuff. So the Deity didn't settle some total utter garbage cities, but most of them certainly weren't good. And some of these so close to being canals, but not quite. Which is unfortunately not what you need to see. This might be the worst city of all of them. It actually has no tiles worth anything, because we've even got this fish. Kind of silly, hey, but look, we can finish this road now as well. Alright, well I guess that brings us to the end of this game. So we finally made it. Turn 223. This was a culture victory as Brazil on Deity difficulty, as we set out to do. It got pretty hairy at a couple of points there. Greece at some point looked like it might have stopped, looked like they might stop us, and then Russia built a great firewall and looked like they might stop us too. We lost our international games bonus, which caused us to lose about 150 tourism a turn apparently, and that was a big deal in terms of letting Russia get back in the game and get ahead. They nearly got to a science victory. They had, was it 4 parts in the end Russia built? Yeah, Russia built 4 parts, so they nearly got there. But fortunately, we had one more musician to seal the deal, as it were, and make sure we won. In fact, we were over by about 4,000 in the end, so we could have gone a couple of turns sooner with the musicians that we did have, probably. But what I wanted to do is be safe. In fact, we'll have to remember what the difference was for next time. I'll have to go back and check. We went down from like 2,800 to 1,800, right? For declaring war. So if we have a quick look, see what that's worth. Yeah, so we lost just under 40% of our tourism output when we declared war and went in. So that's probably worth knowing. And what are our modifiers? Yeah, so the 100 bonus because Carnival's underway, and then war isn't a modifier, but we lost all of those other positive modifiers, I guess. Or maybe there's just like a 33% bonus or something, or negative modifier or something weird for doing a tourism bomb inside your opponent's territory. We'll have to look. If I figure it out, I'll leave it in the comment section below as to why it worked out to be something like losing 36% tourism. But that's good to know for next time. That means that of our 12,000, we did get just under 8,000 in the end. So we could have gone just a couple of turns sooner, maybe 3 or 4 if we'd really wanted to in Russia. But I really didn't want to screw this one up. We had the musician coming across that would have guaranteed we got it, so it was better to wait to guarantee the thing than to worry about this war and lose position, because I've done this before where it all goes wrong from here. So that will be the end of this attempt. I mean, we can stealth bomb a Khabarovsk. See if we can capture the city, maybe. It's the last action that we do before we go. This rocket RT will probably put a lot of damage in. Yeah, that's more than enough. And these bombers will do the rest. There's actually quite a lot of combat strength here, isn't it? On the Russian city. Yeah, these things are barely doing any damage at all. But this paratrooper might take it. There we go. Okay, cool. So we got the city. So that is the end of this game. We did finally manage to get... Wow, we killed 4 cargo ships. We did finally manage to get our tourism victory on Deity difficulty. It's a pretty slow attempt. Turn 223 is pretty slow. I generally expect to get beaten on Deity difficulty by turn 223. But you have to play the game that's dealt to you. And this was some very weird snaky map, which meant that only Greece had really good land and everyone else had land that wasn't so great, which slowed down the AIs long enough that we were able to finally build up enough tourism to beat them. Russia did have a lot of tourism, 41,000, and 52,000 for Greece is an absolutely huge amount. It's big time. That kind of tourism is hard to beat as anyone other than Brazil because that carnival bonus can just often take you over the edge. A very regular amount of tourism per turn to have in the end game is what we've got right now, just under 600. So, you know, we would never have won if we had only 600 for large portions of that game. So we were really, really lucky here that we had 2 obscene culture civs, but we were still able to stack up enough tourism to win in the end and beat a civ that had 41.5k culture and then a civ which had 52k culture by the end game. So thank you very much for watching. It's the end of our first YouTube only series. We'll be back for plenty more. I'm planning to have 2 streams a week and then YouTube only content to fill in the gaps for the rest of the time. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video or if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Helps other people find the channel, greatly helps the channel an awful lot. If you want to figure out when we upload more videos, then hit the subscribe button. And if you have any comments about this game whatsoever, please do leave them in the comment section below. I try to get back to every comment possible, and I'm always glad to hear everyone's thoughts, opinions, and what they thought of the game. So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.